YouTube, it's your girl Razia J, and we are back with another video. If this is your first time landing on this channel and seeing my face, welcome. I am glad that you are here. And if you have been rocking with Ray, I want to say thank you so much for your continual support. So guys, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I ask that you pause this video right here and hit that red subscribe button. Come back, watch the video, and if you like the content, give me a big thumbs up and drop me some hearts and comments down below. And as always, if you don't mind, share this channel with your fellow social work students or social workers and tell them to join my tribe. So guys, this video is a long awaited video because people have been asking me this question since last September. Honestly, guys, I was kind of overwhelmed at the rate that I was getting asked this question because I was like, hey, pump your brakes. I just started grad school. Why are you asking me what do I want to do when I graduate? Can I get through this one semester? So if you want to know what my future plans are after graduation, stay tuned. So yes, guys. Everyone has, I have been getting asked this question honestly since last September. I think that I put up my first video about Fordham's grad school program in April. I gave a follow-up in September, and I literally started getting a swarm of questions from you lovely social work students out there, my future colleagues, what my plan was for after graduation. And to be quite honest, I didn't even think about graduation when I applied for the program. I really just felt like I knew that I didn't want to do micro stuff, and I just felt like the rest would just figure itself out. So I just was going with the flow, if I am quite honest. So the truth of the matter is, last week, I came back from the Millennial Social Work Conference, and I was overwhelmed when I realized that graduation is really around the corner. I kept speaking with people at the conference, and they were asking me, like, when do you graduate? Like, how are you feeling? And it started to become a lot because I was like, oh, this is happening, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I started to think about, like, really, what are you going to do in the future? You have these student loans, you have this degree, and you have this passion for social work. What are you going to do? So I really started to carve out my thoughts around where I would apply for jobs, what do I want my salary to look like, how I want to work, where I want to work, what kind of lifestyle I want to live, so that I could really start to create like what it is that I'm going to do. So guys, I do plan on starting to apply for jobs next week, but I have compiled a list of what I am looking for. And I really wanted to come on here, and this video is really not going to tell you about what I'm doing after graduation, but it's going to be some comfort for a graduating senior out there that you don't have to have it figured out. You don't need to have your job lined up 2 months before graduation. Man, you really don't even need to have the job lined up the day of graduation or the week after. Give yourself some grace and give yourself some time to process the journey of just getting to social work, getting your degree. If you are in an MSW program, then getting your degree and then getting your licensure is probably the most pressing thing on your agenda. And give yourself grace to accomplish those things, to celebrate those things, and to do those things to the best of your ability. Now, with that out of the way, I will give some tips and tricks of what I plan on doing. So the first thing I did was I started to look at salaries in my locality for social workers. And I started to write down a medium, a number of what I want to get paid. I mean, yes, I'm coming fresh out of grad school, but does that mean that I want to make 40K? Absolutely not. You know, let's be realistic here. Grad school costs me more than 40K in student loans. So why would I allow a job to give me 40K with my education and my expertise and my lived experience? I feel like those are the things that you can market for yourself, and we all can do it. So for sure, I started writing down what I wanted to get paid, or a ballpark around the sum of what I wanted to make a year, what I would need to make to live comfortably. That was the first thing that I did. The second thing I started to do was look at jobs that I do not want, absolutely do not want. And I wrote those jobs down so that I do not settle. I do not want to settle for a job just because I want a job or because I want to say that I got hired after graduation. So I wrote down the jobs that I absolutely do not want, followed by the jobs that I do want. The reason why I wrote down the jobs I do not want first is because I wanted my eyes to see them for what they were. So when I saw a job and I saw the description and I said that it didn't resonate with me, I knew for sure. And knowing what resonates with you is a little bit easier, right? It's a little bit easier to say, I am solid in what I know about myself, my skills, my ability, and my end goal to say that I want a job like this. So that was the second thing I did. The third thing I did is I started to work on my resume. So, yes, guys, I am not applying for jobs today, but my resume is being created as we speak. I am writing down the things that I want to put on my post graduation resume. So, anything that I did in my internship that I think is out of this world and needs to be recognized is going on that. I started looking for my recommendations. I started asking people, hey, if I applied for a job after graduation, would you give me a recommendation? Because right now, as a student, all I have is the recommendations of my internships and my professors, because those are the only people that can vouch for me in this profession. The fourth thing that I did after I started looking at jobs, writing how much I want to get paid, writing the jobs I didn't want, writing the jobs that I would like, and then I started working on my resume. I started revamping my LinkedIn account. I know. LinkedIn is social media, but LinkedIn, LinkedIn has a lot of potential recruiters and employers on there that are scouting to see people and to meet people. And they are looking at your profile pictures, what you're posting, the things that you like, who gave you endorsements, where you currently positioned yourself as a student or an intern or as an employee. Where are you working? What does the culture of that work environment say about you? So for me, I am an intern at the National Association of Social Workers, right? So for me, it looks like, okay, she may have some macro experience. She may have some nonprofit experience, and she may have some experience to work with social workers outside of a traditional realm. So maybe a social worker that works with social workers, right? Because she is interning at the NASW New Jersey chapter. So that was the fourth thing I did, right? I started to leverage my LinkedIn. I started to change it, revamp it, make sure that it looks the way that it needs to look so that they can see me as marketable. I changed my profile picture. I made sure that my face was showing. I made sure that I didn't have bright colors or things in the background, literally a plain headshot. LinkedIn is not where I'm going to put my family's accomplishments. It's going to be all about me and where I want to be professionally. And I also started connecting with communities that speaks to the social worker that I want to be. And the fifth and final thing that I have done to prepare myself for this profession, okay, guys, to prepare myself for this profession is I took a career development course. I started writing my elevator pitch. I started writing my non-negotiables. I started just realizing like how it would look for me to be an employee versus a student. And I started to leverage what I want that to look like. If I'm quite honest, I don't think what I want to do in social work, I am going to find it in a traditional job setting. But I do believe that there's a job out there for me, or there is an opportunity, I should say, out there for me to develop what I want to be, who I want to be, how I want to social work into my profession and my professional journey. So if you are a social work student and you are graduating this May, in August, in December, I really want to inspire you or encourage you or remind you that you have everything that you need to enter into this profession as an expert. I think one of the beautiful things about our profession and our educational experience and expertise is that they create experts. So if you want to do micro things and you took all the classes that aligned with where you want to work, you are an expert. You may not have that experience with the degree, but you have the degree, you have the academia, you have the knowledge, and you have lived experience to prove to others that you are the expert. So if you are about to graduate and you're looking for a job, take some take some time for yourself, write out your list, write out what you want, write out how much you want to get paid, and remind yourself daily as you apply for jobs that you are the expert and you have what it takes. Until next time, peace.